So, so it reaches pretty far then.
Oh yeah,
TV
definitely.
station. So they say 1.5 million households is
Mm,
the so that's really a good thing that
yeah,
you're
I
able to get
definitely
it that
get it.
far. We know Center City gets it. I've been in I went in a restaurant in Center City and told them to turn it on so I can see if they can get the TV station.
Hmm.
So that's good to know that we're out really all over Philadelphia, which is
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Yeah, we got some really excellent programming on there. On PhilCam, better than some of the stuff I've seen on the regular channels.
Oh yeah, we do pretty good.
Some of the people have really good stuff.
Good stuff.
Very informative stuff.
Hmm. We're gonna get Shell to direct one of these things, and it's gonna be great.
You
I
keep
gotta get my
disappearing.
director's eye first. I don't want to be like, yeah, you can do that. No. Gotta
It
get
don't
my
matter,
director's eye
Shell.
first.
Whatever you touch turns to gold, turns solid, so it don't matter.
Okay.
It's gonna look good anyway. Say go there, go there. It's gonna look good anyway. It don't matter.
Thanks for the confidence. Because when I look at that TriCaster, sometimes I'm like, why is there a million buttons? And why are they different colors? And
You guys saw a new TriCaster at Philly Cam yet? Y'all got to see a new TriCaster?
Yeah, it's a green screen thing.
The new one from in the control room. Y'all
in
saw
the control room.
I did see it. It's like new tech TriCaster. Yeah.
You should check it out, Martin. I know you were out for a loop.
And then you have the Allen and Heath board that audio board. You press a button and it goes to a different.
That sounds banging.
Yes.
Oh my!
Yeah, I'm saying it's a better board. Yeah.
That's a banging board.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Try that too, Martin. When you come back, try that out.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna come back this summer, check y'all out.
Okay.
As soon
Sorry
as
about the technical difficulties from Michelle getting on the computer. I'm gonna do the question too.
I was about to say, go and do the question. Yeah.
Go find out one of the toughest moments in their lives. Do everyone just
Are you saying our lives or the people we admire's lives?
you mind wherever you guys say. Just say.
Well, the toughest thing that was in my life was going to high school and being told, like I actually believe this, that the test that they give you, the exit test before you graduate high school, and they said that the best thing now. At that time, I was in high school. I already had job experience. I already had a full-time job at 18, 17, 18. I became on the Social Security rolls at 17 because I had a real job, not just some little program. So then I took the exit test and they said, oh, the best thing for you to be is like a housewife and maybe like a store clerk. Yeah. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? I got more experience before I got the high school diploma. And what are you talking about? That's my skill level? It kind of derailed me a little bit. And I was hurt. But what do you expect? I was young. And I was like, well, the test says, but that didn't stop me either. So I said, well, I got to come up with a plan. I got to do something. So funny how things work out. I was getting ready to go into the Marines. I said, I'm going to go in the Army or the Marine. I said, I'm going to try the Marines. And at that time, women were not, they were just starting to enroll women into the military. And I said, well, I'm going to be a Marine. But I forgot one thing. I have a health issue. And my mom, when my mom heard about it, she said, say what? You got skills. Use what you know. Use what you know already and get a better job or go back to school. And I was like, but they say I don't have the wherewithal to go to college. So I didn't go to college right away. As a matter of fact, I didn't go to college until I was like in my 40s. And that was another hurdle because I'm older And I'm sitting in there in college with a bunch of young kids, like 18, 19, 20, and I'm sitting there 40, 45, 46, almost 50 years old, and I'm like, I don't know this stuff. And I didn't. And I kept failing at certain things, but then I didn't let that stop me. Math is my kryptonite. Pass everything but math. I failed like 3 times. I kept going back. And they're like, you ought to quit. I said, nope. I want this degree. I'm here. I'm spending at that time. That was on my own dime, not the government. That was on my own dime. So I'm like, heck no, you're going to give me an associate's. I'm going to get it. And I did. Jesus. Took me a lot of tries, but I did it. But that first incident that derailed me was in high school, but I was young. But once I got older, I said, if I got to pay for something, then I'm going all the way. And even when the government had to come in, like when I finally got a job and they said, well, you still need another degree to keep your job. That didn't stop me either. A couple of things got in my way a little bit. Like I had to drop out like 2 or 3 times because there was a serious health issue in the family, and I had to be like a nurse to my sister because she had ALS, and I dropped out of school then. Then I got pregnant, got married, got pregnant, had a baby. I dropped out then, but then I went back. And they're like, you back again? Don't you know when to quit? And I'm like, that's not in my vocabulary. Sorry. No. I need a job. They say I need a degree. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it. And so me and Kryptonite, we had a talk. I'm like, listen, math, I don't care how many times you're going to try to derail me because I have that problem with math. I'm going to kick your butt. And sure enough, they were like, teachers were like, we feel so sorry for you. you missed it by 1 point. I'm like, so what? Roll me again. I'm going to get that 1 point. And I did. And so now I have a bachelor's and associates. It's like I was telling some young people, like, you let a lot of things get in your head. If you want it, you're going to get it. Okay. You have to work for it. Nothing comes easy. Nothing. So you either let it control you or you just say, get out of my face and move on. And that's what I did. And I try to tell people like, well, how did you go back to school at your age? And I have stroke issues and all that. So, my memory's kind of fuzzy, but that didn't stop me either. And now I'm thinking about going back to schools to get my master's. So
That's good.
Hey.
Go for it.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm not going to let math kick me down. Mm-hmm. I use it as a stepping stone to move up. So for the young folks out there watching this, don't let nothing stop you. You got a problem, then you overcome it, and then you keep on moving. You don't let it kick you back. No, you keep on moving. Because you don't want to be, I had the chance to do this, but no, you don't want to be in that mode. You don't want to be in that mode. You want success, then you work hard to get it.
That's good. That's good, Michelle. Tim,
amen.
Well, you were talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Martin.
No. I just said amen. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say I would agree with you because I went to community college too, and I worked my way through it. I didn't have a scholarship or anything. I paid my own way through it, and I was going to school and working at the same time, and that was a challenge in itself. I found I started off. I took 15 credits. So what was that? 5 classes, thinking I can do all this, and I started finding out, wow, this is too much of a load and trying to work. Then I went and let me do 12 credits. Nah, let me do 9 credits. Let me take 2 classes. I'm going to take 1 class and I'll get done when I get done. You know what I mean? It took me 5 years to do 2 years. Oh, well, I still got it. You know what I mean? So whatever it takes, just do it. You know what I mean? And that's why I agree with you. You know what I mean? It's no yellow brick road to success. It's challenging. You know, you struggle a little bit. I mean, there's times that I've been out of work, no job. Now what? You know, when I've gotten a job, and then all of a sudden didn't have any job. And I'm sure some people watching has faced those challenges. You know, what do? You don't have any income at all. You know, what do you do? But you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep on keeping on. You never, ever, ever, you never give up. Never give up, you know. And no matter how hard you're trying, there's always somebody who's struggling just like you are. You know, you're not by yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to people too for support. Reach out for support. A lot of people are afraid or too much. I know I swept floors. I've done janitorial work. I've cleaned out toilets. I've done whatever I had to do, you know, in order to get myself out there. You know, and I know people that have been very successful. I know people that have had very challenging lives. I don't treat everybody puts their pants on the same way. We all put our pants on the same way. You know, I don't treat anybody better. I treat everybody the same. You know, they're all important. Like I said, everybody's important to me. You know what I mean? So, but you talked about education. Our youth today, the challenges that they face out there, the peer pressure is a lot different than when we grew up. You know, Shelley, you know that. You know, the challenges these young people are facing today. They face a lot more, you know, peer pressure. There's the gun violence is going on and all those things. I mean, that's a whole other topic, I know. But, you know, I feel for our youth and, you know, every school should be a safe place for a child to go to. And we don't always have that, you know. I mean, I don't care what school, I don't care what town you're in, what school district you're in, what community you're in. Every single school should be a safe place for a child to go to. They shouldn't have to go to school and have to worry about all of the things that our youth do today. So I feel for our youth, you know, they, like I said, trying to learn and then face all those other challenges and whatever is going on in their home life also.
That's good. Thank you. Good job, Tim. I appreciate that. Martin.
Yeah, you know, this theme about, you know, what's one of the toughest moments in our life, and you know, you guys just took my thunder, whatever, because school was, you know, pretty much my toughest moment also. 6 years to get the 4-year degree, 4 years to get the master's, which is supposed to be a 2-year program. But yeah, math, you know, that was like my kryptonite also. But it's just perseverance, and I mean, just what you said. I mean, I can only echo what you guys said. It's just that you know, the work is in the consistency. Once you're consistent about what you're doing, you're just going to get better at it. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, you hear the stories of, you know, people in high school who went back and got the high school degree after about 20 years, whatever. Some people in their 50s got the high school diploma, whatever. Some people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. I wanted to get that degree. And, you know, before I leave this earth, you know, you're thinking about it, and you don't want to just leave saying and just not doing it. So you got to act on it. But it's the consistency of what you're doing to just get better at what you're doing. Yeah, you the only way to conquer math is just to keep on doing those problems, keep coming back to it and finding different ways to do it. If you want to write better, you got to keep on writing. I think I spoke something earlier when I talked about artificial intelligence. I think that's just going to take everything we do to a whole different level, because we're going to have to learn how to work with artificial intelligence. And why is that? Because businesses, the bottom line for businesses is more money. And the way you get more money is more productivity. And what I'm seeing right now with the things that are coming out with artificial intelligence is that productivity is going to be on a massive scale. And so what I think about maybe 2010, 2011, 2012, when I seen people outside of Walmart protesting that I want $15 an hour. And I'm saying, you know, sooner or later, they're going to replace you. And that day, I believe, is here. So you're going to have to learn how to work with artificial intelligence in order to get these jobs in the future. And that's what the schools are going to have to go to. That's what they're going to be teaching. How do we work with machines? So that's going to, I mean, I'm sure healthcare, technology, law, you know, a lot of jobs will still be there, but artificial intelligence, that's going to be one of the key things out there that people are going to have to get into. And to do that, you are going to have to get into math better. You know, it's funny. Yeah, I know, you know, you guys are a bit older than I am, but I didn't grow up in the world of algorithms either. So I know you guys didn't, and I didn't even. Everybody's talking about algorithms, so it wouldn't be surprised me if kids is in the 4th or 5th grade talking about algorithms and how we work with algorithms. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tough challenge. Just to answer your question, though, it's a tough challenge. I think, and just another part of this, I just think about different challenges we just had personally. Michelle just talked about hers. Joe has talked about his autism issues in the past, which is truly just inspiring, whatever. But we just keep on going, and we just keep just consistent right now. One of the biggest challenges for me today is dealing with diabetes, whatever. Something I was diagnosed in my early 30s. I didn't have a problem with it. Now it's like trying to kill me, whatever. It's like I can't say I'm suffering with it, but I'm dealing with it a lot more in my 40s than I dealt with it in my 30s, whatever. So, the challenge I have every day is to beat this thing early in the morning, set the tone, exercise, whatever, eat right, whatever, so that, you won't even feel the situation, whatever. So, I think just as human beings, we all have our own stories, but how much we persevere, how we stay consistent in dealing with it, just makes us greater people altogether. And again, that's what we see in sports. That's what we see in entertainment when you see our entertainers, whatever, on the next level. You can watch some movies, whatever, and say, man, that was some great acting, whatever. That's because they were back in the studio, back in the gym, whatever, practicing line after line, learning how to do this every year, learning how to do the character 50 different ways, whatever. I was just listening to an interview with Tom Hanks the other day, and Tom Hanks was like, I wanted to go into the audition, and I wanted to have 50 million ideas of how to play that character. Now, all ideas wasn't going to work, but at the end of the day, I wanted to have those ideas ready, just ready to go. And so, yeah, and that's what. So just to wrap up here, just to be consistent. That's how we become greater in whatever our challenge is. And those are my thoughts, Joe.
Thank you, Martin. I'm gonna
Good.
tell you my toughest moments. Look, this is gonna be something. I'm gonna tell you my story. Back in middle school days, like back in 96, 97, that was an old school, Austin Bean Middle School. You guys heard of school? They closed down this year, but well, enough. I'm saying. I've been at school for a little 2 years, and my grades was doing good. All of a sudden, students been taking advantage of me about sexual harassment lawsuit issues with me. Like, I didn't do anything to touch nobody. Ever since that, it was a lot of chaos happening ever since my life. And plus that, I was like, thankfully I went to Elwin Davidson School. That's approved private school placement. I was there like since 2005.
Mhm.
I've been doing well ever since. I had like got my focus, my mindset, my success down there. Cause that was a long road for myself, and also I was a class speaker back in 2005. The age limit was like age like childhood, a little 4 year old to 21, because they don't follow grades that time. That's Delaware County, but that's what I've been doing ever since. And also the toughest moments was working, to work for different jobs like restaurants, stores, and lots of stuff that I've been having a lot of challenges with. And one time that back a long time ago, like 2009, it was 2000 something. I don't know what year was this, from work. They thought I stole something that I didn't do. They, yeah, it was like I don't know what happened. It was like, why did I think I'm stealing? But ever since that, I left that job, and I was in Amazon for 1 year, and then it's time working across schools crossing guard in Woodbury, where I'm at now. I've been doing it ever since. But and anyway, that's question number 3. Learn how they thought about solutions and the action steps they took.
Hmm. Um, Basically, I just think they just persevered, sometimes when you want to reach a goal, like when things don't come to you, like, okay, here's an opportunity, yay! But sometimes you just have to work toward it and do your own research on a thing. Um, I remember just being like without a job at some period. So instead of me, well, yeah, beat the street and made 50,000 resumes and sent them out. I even looked through the yellow pages and said, that sounds like a good company. And I sent them a inquest letter saying, hi, are you hiring? And yeah, it was a lot of work, but three out of like half a telephone book, like three people called me back and said, yes, we're hiring. I'm like, oh, goody. And then I had these interviews and I went on a lot of them. And then after a while, I got tired of doing it. So I said, well, it's time for me to, I still need the money instead of using the money going to interviews. So there are opportunities out there like Avon and Mary Kay and Tupperware. I did all three. Now you're not supposed to work for those companies, consecutively,
Right.
because they're in the same market.
The
You know,
conflict of
they're the
interest.
same people, basically, just different products. I did all three. I was selling. I mean, if you're like tired of waiting, well, in the meantime, there's still avenues out there for you to use. There's products out there. So I did that. I did Avon, Tupperware, and Mary Kay. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all, but but I did all three. And I was like, look, at that time I was married, I had a mortgage, I had a kid, and I'm thinking, how are we gonna make it this month? We need to do this. So yes, you will do anything to keep your head above water, you know. And recently I'm retired from the school district, but I decided I wanted to go back to work and school, but I made my own job. Like, think about the talents that you have. You can use that as a resource to your success as well. What I do, I like arts and crafts. I love making stuff. I have a whole back room full of paper, paint,
That's the truth.
all kinds of stuff. So what I did recently, I went to senior citizens centers. Now I'm a senior myself, technically. I'll be 63 next month. But I went to the seniors and I offered my talents to them. I offered to do arts and crafts with them. And they're like, well, we can't pay you much. That wasn't the issue. I needed, first of all, I needed something to do every day, place to go. My social life was like, so why not? And I'm helping someone else at the same time. So I did that for like a whole year. And I don't know if I can be picked up again this year, but because COVID kind of knocked things, how many people can be in any building. Yeah. So it was like, okay, so hopefully this year, since COVID is kind of mellowed out, maybe I can go to more seniors places and make somebody's day. I get a couple of bucks here and there. It's not a lot, but you get satisfaction, especially when you start out with your own talents. I like making things. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, I love arts and crafts, all of it. Paint, yarn, paper, glue. I got it. And if you want me to teach it, I will. So don't ever think that, oh, wow, there's nothing out here for me. Make your own path. You'll be happier.
Thank you for joining us today for our Shortcut to Success topic. Join us on the next show for the third part of our Shortcut to Success series in Connecting Doing